Welcome back guys. Today in this step-by-step tutorial I will show you guys how to design this cool retro 90s text effect in Adobe Illustrator. The reason for doing this kind of olden days design is because, as you guys can see, recently the design trends are going back to 90s and 80s. Even the colors, look and feel are getting brighter and brighter. As you can see the colors in the screen, most of the time the new latest designs and the trends are following these kind of purple and pink and yellowish color for some reason. So hopefully this one will help you guys to design something new. So let's get started. Okay guys, so first of all we design the background. So background, as you guys can see, is just a simple gradient with a radial gradient like this, and I apply the same design, but before that we need to design the colors. Let's go here and we define yellowish color, something a bit darker, something around this line, and the lighter tone will be something like this. Yeah, okay, I think this is good enough. Now they had that lines there, so we can do the same. I'll show you guys how to do it. Draw a rectangle, and we don't need stroke for both of them. Select this one, apply the gradient as a radial gradient. Select the fill color, go back to gradient and apply a gradient top to bottom or bottom to top. And in here we select the colors to white, both side white, but on the edge opacity will be 0, and in here you can keep it 100 for now guys, it doesn't matter. We are going to edit this later on anyway, so you can have a solid color also, it doesn't matter. And we need to bring this one. Before that we check what is the keyboard increment. Control K will bring this dialog, and in the general settings you can see keyboard increment is 5 pixel. Let's make it 10 pixel and select this side and bring it one tap, so it will bring 10 pixel here. Same for the other side. Here maybe we bring a bit more, 1 2. Okay, then now select this one and go to reflect tool and double click and make a copy horizontally. You can view and see copy. All right, which will copy this object. Now bring this object here, select both of them, select align to selection and make an alignment. Now Control G will group the object. Now select the artboard and bring it to center, both side vertical and horizontal. Alright, so now what we have to do is select this one and go back to rotation, double click, and let's rotate 20 degrees and make a copy. Alright, which will copy this one here. Now what we have to do is we need to do the same thing again and again. We can do by go to object, select this one and go to object, transform again, or simply click Control D. Will repeat the step. Alright, so now our design is almost done. Select everything, ignore the background, bring it bigger and go to Pathfinder and unite them as one unit. So this is why I say guys, we may need to edit again, so that if you are using solid color also, here you can change it. Maybe we keep it like that. Now select this part, go to the gradient and make it as a radial gradient, and select the gradient and bring it like this, and from here select this black circle and bring it to the edge, something like that, and this one bring it to the edge, something like that. Alright, so I think this is what we wanted. Alright, this look fine. Maybe you can bring the opacity down a bit, but anyway our text will hide this portion, so you don't need to worry too much on this part, and bring it to the edge. Okay, so the first step is done, and you can go back to the layer and you can start from a different layer, or you can, before that we need to have the dots here. How I did was go to the ellipse tool, create the ellipse tool, make a solid color. This effect we will use later also, so remember guys, this one we will use, this pattern effect we will use it to the text as well. So how are we going to do it? First bring it down smaller like this, and make a copy and bring it down smaller, and then select this one and alt drag, bring it to the center, bring it a little bit more bigger, select everything, align to the selection, select both, align center, and go to the pathfinder, and we don't need the center part. We can make this one even more, little bit more smaller. Smaller, it's too small, like this is okay. Bring it to the center, select all of them, align to the center. Now select everything, go to object and path, make a go to object and pattern, and make a pattern. It will open up the pattern window. You can name this pattern as circle or whatever you want, and go here and make it as a brick, and make it bigger. Instead of 15, make it like 35, and 35 will what we are doing is making the gap bigger. Okay, so we can close it. Our pattern will be in the swatches window. So now we don't need this anymore, and make it smaller. Now make a copy of this layer and apply the pattern. Okay, so now we apply the pattern, but we don't need to show like this solid everywhere. We need to have a transparent, only show in the center, so we need to have a transparency. So if you don't see the transparency window here, go to Windows and open the transparency. All right, so guys, now you make another copy of this layer. Instead of yellow, just change this to black and change this to white, and the black part will be the transparent part, so you have to make you need to change it other way around, so you can change it. So select both of them and make a transparency, and select this one, bring it to the center, bring this transparency window on top, center both of them and make transparency. As you guys can see, only the center part from here. Go back to the transparency and you can edit again the size of it, maybe like this is fine, and you can just leave it like that. Now click on the design and bring it to the center. Guys can go to align, align here, align to artboard, and center to the object. And I feel like we need to make this one even more bigger, so we go to the gradient effect here, or click G, from center make it bigger, and this one we bring it like this. Alright, so our background is done. Select everything and Ctrl 2 will lock them, or before that we need to select this one, because if the selection is on the transparency, we are inside the transparency, so we need to select the object. Now we can select other object. Now we don't need transparency, you can close this one. You can start with the new layer, or you can lock this layer. So I lock this layer and start with the new one. So here we are going to have the text. For this example, guys, I will only going to have one text, and later you guys can copy and use the same effect everywhere. So that's the beauty of this effect. We are not going to make the effect uh, flat effect. You can reuse the text, you can change the text, and you can have the same effect everywhere. Right, guys, so for this design I will use this lorem as a sample text, and we choose a character font for this. And since our design is going to be 90s design, I choose a very 90s font. This is a default font you guys will get with Adobe Illustrator. You can use any font, but I prefer this font. Okay, so make it bigger and bring it center. Let's make center. Okay, guys, so our font is ready. Now we are going to apply all the effects on top of this font. So in order to do that, you guys need to have this appearance window visible. If you guys cannot see the window in your Illustrator, go to Windows and click on appearance here, or Shift F6 will bring the appearance window. Okay, first thing what we are going to do is apply that gradient look. You guys see here this gradient look to this text. Before I do that, I will create the gradient. So you can draw anything actually, but rectangle is better. I draw a rectangle, apply the gradient, and press G and apply from bottom to top. And you guys can change this, and the bottom part will be a reddish color. Change this to RGB, and it's almost like pink, like this. And the top edge is blue, almost like greenish blue, and change it something like this. Yes, little bit more bluish. Yeah, and the center part is yellow, and double click on this one and bring it to yellow, almost like the green, little bit more yellow maybe. Yeah, yes, okay, I think we are ready with the gradient. Now select this gradient and save as a swatch here. So we say font face or something, anything you want. Alright, so we save our gradient here, and we don't need this anymore, so delete them and go to the font, go to appearance, select the font and go to appearance and apply a new fill, which will apply a fill on top of this text. And this appearance and the layers are exactly the same thing. So whatever you see in layers, guys, the top most object will be on top, and the bottom most object will be underneath bottom, same as that one. The appearance also, the whatever you put on top will be on top, whatever put in underneath will be underneath. Okay, all right, so we make the fill. Now we go here and select the gradient we just created, which is font face. So you can see the gradient is applying to the screen, but we wanted it like this, bottom to top. So we have to change the side of this gradient, which we can do easily. You select this one and make it 90, which will affect the gradient like this. All right, okay guys, so our first fill is done. Now we need to apply that stroke effects. So we basically have 1 2 3 strokes, so we have to apply 3 stroke to this object. So we go here and we apply the first stroke underneath this one. So apply, sorry, oops, we apply a new stroke, bring it down, like this. Oh, we already have a stroke here, we can delete that one. So select this one and apply that color, which is, you can select this stroke and go here and apply the color from here also. So the color we wanted is something like this, or dark purple, yeah, something like this, yeah, okay. And bring it like 15. Okay, so this is what we wanted. Now we need to apply the 3D effect to this stroke. So open this one and go here and apply the distort and transform, and apply the transform effect, which will bring up this dialog box, and make the preview available, and make like 15 copies, and move it to 1 pixel to the left and 1 pixel to bottom, which will bring this effect. Okay guys, so this is the effect we are looking for, and we just say okay. Now what we need to do is we need to copy the same thing, duplicate the same effect. Duplicate will bring down the same effect, and now we change the color to that pinkish color, which is like this color, almost bright color. Yeah, I think, yeah, this one. And we go back to the transform here, and now this time we make like 45 copies. Yeah, so we have done this one nicely. It copied uh, 45 times with 1 pixel distance, because they are next to each other with 1 pixel difference. You see, like, this is very smoothly going. If you see step by step, just increase the just decrease the movement in the space in between. Okay guys, all right, so say okay. So the third one is same thing. We copy the same line and put it behind. So go here and make a duplicate copy and bring it down underneath this text, but this time we need to bring the transparency to 45 plus 15 is 60. So this is what we wanted, right? All right guys, looks cool. Okay, all right, so our all 3 lines are done. And if you see here, we have this nice faded effect here. So I think this one is even more bigger, so we bring it bigger. So this one I think must be more than 45 transparent. So yeah, maybe we bring it 65. Preview, yeah, 65. And here we increase 15 more in the transparency, 75. Yeah, this is 75 or 80. We bring it 80, doesn't matter. Oops, not 80. Yeah, all right, this looking cool, better than earlier. Okay, so what I was saying is we need to apply that fade effect here. That one, we go back to the fill effect here and go to effects and stylize and inner glow, and make it preview. You can see this, change this to white color and make the blur like 15 pixels. Yes, this looking cool. Okay, so we have done it, this full effect, and say okay. Now last thing, we need to apply a shadow to this text. So you go to the last, this one, open it up and go to stylize and top shadow, make preview. Will bring down this shadow, make the blur bigger, maybe 15 is fine, and make the x side like 15, and y offset also like 15. Yeah, you can see it's coming down, maybe it's 15, and make this one like 18. Cool. Okay, so our text effect is almost there. So the last thing is we need to apply is that wavy effect. For that, select this one, go to the type, select this and go to the type, go effects And now go to distort and transform. Oops, sorry. Wrap, I think, yes, wrap, and go to flag, and you can see that wavy effect we are looking for. We don't need this much wave effect, maybe 18 or little bit is fine. And just bring this one a bit here, so the first sex will be bigger, and when it going it will gradually make the size smaller. All right, all of them are done, guys. So one more thing, you remember we created this effect rounds, and I told you guys I will be using this to this again, so we can get this kind of effect. And we can do the same here, and we go select this one and go here and duplicate the fill effect. And in the fill effect, go and select the circle effect we have created, which will bring this part like this. Now open that fill effect and go to opacity, and instead of the opacity mode, you change overlay instead of normal. You can change and see, guys, sometimes I think the soft light is looking better than overlay. And you bring down the opacity to maybe like 70. So these things you guys can change and see, change and edit according to your colors, and whatever the colors you choose, whatever the feel you look and feel you wanted. Okay, all right, guys, I think this look good. And then the last one is this light effect, which you can see here. It's getting light, and here it's darker, which you can achieve very easily. You select this one and just copy this thick stroke part, and just make a duplicate. And in here, instead of this stroke solid color, you choose this white and black gradient, which will be apply the gradient here, and change to radial gradient. While you are selecting this one, change to radial gradient, which will apply the black color for each side, and the center part whiter. And you guys can bring the white little bit bigger, so you guys only see the black part here. And now go to the opacity and change to overlay or soft light, and see which one looks better. I think outline, this one is too much, maybe multiple. I think multiple is okay. And just bring the opacity like this, 40, so you can see the light here and dark when it reaches outside. Okay, guys, so this is how you make this kind of effect. And the best of all is this text is still editable. Oops. And you guys can change the text effect while this is there, and you can make a lot of things with this kind of effects, even like product labels, or brand items, even logos if you wish. Okay, all right, guys, hope you guys learned something from today's tutorial, and see you guys in the next tutorial.